John, commiserations is not the word I wanted to use to start this interview, but sadly I have to. They gave it a real go, and ultimately, in very strange circumstances, you've ended up losing. How do you feel?
We didn't lose. We drew 2-2. We've gone out of the playoffs because we lost down at Wimbledon. We had the game 1 or 2-0, and they've gone to 3 up front, and it suited us. If we'd just been a bit more composed on the ball, and a couple of errors in the defence, which I thought we'd have relegated because we've been defending unbelievably well for the last 10, 12 games. But, the old problems came back to haunt us. We've gifted them a goal, and then we've conspired to gift them another one. But I can't have any complaints. We've given it a right good go. It was a smashing game. Great advert for League 2 football. Someone had to win, someone had to lose. Unfortunately, we were the ones who, never lost. But someone had to go out, and we went out. And, I wish Wimbledon all the best. And I really hope they can go on and get the League 1 status that they crave.
Have we seen the best and the worst tonight in terms of some of your attacking play was right back up there for what you're capable of, the Mingoya goal in particular, and then just those errors creeping back in on the other side of it?
Well, it was a great goal by Piero, but it's very, very difficult to play a passing game when the pitch is like that. We've had a little bit of help from the gods with the rain, but it wasn't enough, and the pitch is still bobbly as anything, and it's still really difficult to pass on. And they don't rely on passing it, so they just rely on kicking it long, and they're good at it, at what they do, and you've got to take your hat off to them. But I sometimes wish the playoffs were played in January.
Over the piece, over the 2 legs, is it a little bit harsh on your team?
I think tonight was probably more even than the Saturday. I think over the 2 legs we possibly just shaded it, but it's all about scoring goals. And you can't knock them for it. They've scored 3, we've scored 2. And they've brought a terrific following. And they've been great all night for them, their fans. Our fans were absolutely magnificent. And you've just got to take it on the chin there, Fate has conspired that we weren't meant to go up, The last 3 weeks have been an absolute nightmare. But, we go again next year. It'll be a lot more difficult next year because teams will be wise to us. We won't be the surprise package anymore. But, we've got to assemble a good squad of players for next season, and then we've got to go again and try and compete. And, the first mission is not to get relegated.
Is the reason why you're quite circumspect now, perhaps because you've been through the disappointment of not doing it automatically already?
I couldn't get any more disappointed than I was 2 weeks ago. And then sometimes it's just, there's a lot of luck out there tonight, and that when things just don't go for you, they don't go for you. On another night they could have had a man sent off for an horrendous challenge on Romy. But we had the luck with us on Saturday because we could have given a penalty away. So, it swings and roundabouts. I knew there'd be twists and turns. I didn't need to be this many, to be honest. But, I'm pleased we got ourselves into a winning position. I'm pleased we give the fans something to shout about tonight. And at 2-0, in my heart of heart, I thought we were going to do it. Because they weren't, at that point, they weren't offering us any threat. We were comfortable with what they were doing. And then, a little mix-up on the edge of the box. 2 players leave it to each other, it breaks down the line, a cross comes in. That's a good header by Akinfenwa, but we've been dealing with that for 12 weeks quite comfortably, so, that's footy.
Obviously there's decisions to be made and contracts to be discussed and this, that and the other. Hypothetically though, if you can keep this group largely together, will you be energised and going again and looking to do one better and do it automatically next year?
Well, I need to recharge my own batteries, to be honest. So I'll go away, I'll have a little bit of time to reflect. Obviously I can't keep all the squad together because I've lost 2 already. And by the looks of it, I'll probably lose 2 or 3 more. Who we've offered contracts to who haven't accepted them. But, you've still got the thrill of football next year, you've still got the thrill of planning for it, and that's what we'll do. I'm sick at the moment, but, you've got to accept in life that there's winners and losers. And, I've had my share of winning here. I've also had a lot of disappointments recently. And, the thing that's annoying me at the moment is I seem to have lost, but it just feels as though the ability to win big games is disappearing from us. And you know, the win at Wickham, the win at Oxford, the win at Orient, they mean nothing now, and that's the sickening thing. And even going back to my days in Sligo when we go and win in Rosenborg, and that means nothing because we lose at home. And so that's frustrating at the moment, and that's something I've maybe got to look at myself and think, well, what is it, something I'm doing wrong? Am I not preparing them right, or am I not setting up right? And you know, I've got to try and learn how to win big games. And you know, I'm a firm believer that in things like tonight, you've got to use it as a learning experience. And you know, instead of blaming the players, or blaming the officials, or blaming the floodlights, or blaming anything, you know, you're better off looking at yourself and thinking, what could I do better? What could I do to make things better, to make us more of a force? And that's what I'll be focusing on this one.
Last one, and I know you won't agree with me at this moment, but I'm sure the fans will. It's been a terrific ride this season. There's been so much entertainment from your team. How long is it going to take you to be able to sit back and say, do you know what, I'm actually proud of the fact that we finished fourth and the highest finish for however many years it is and all that kind of thing?
I'm not proud we finished fourth. I'll never be proud we finished fourth. I'm proud that we got 85 points. I'm proud of the performances that the players put in. And they've been magnificent, and I can't thank them enough. The fans have been great with us as well. But tonight, people milling around outside tonight, we need that week in, week out. And if we do that, if we got that type of following week in, week out, we'd be a force to be reckoned with every year. And so, you know, there's positives to take here. I won't feel them yet. And, you know, I'll probably get over this in about 2028. But, I've been around football long enough to know that there's highs and lows. And at this moment, we're experiencing lows, but that's not to say next year you won't feel highs. But we've got to learn, in the end, what's ultimately cost us is our inability to win at home in the last month of the season. Now, it's no coincidence, and I'm not blaming Buzzard one iota on this, because he works ever so hard to try and get the pitches as well as he can. He's not master of the elements. But ultimately, I know I'm not using this as an excuse, but our passing football and the football we play and what sets us aside from everybody else in this league, it's impossible to play on that pitch.